Hello. Hello, friends. Hi again. Welcome to Build Agentforce with Hariom Vashisht. Salesforce Agentforce with Hariom Vashisht. Today is session 5. I took up a small challenge to learn and build my agent on live broadcast. Cheers. Cheers. And I I did it to push myself. So I did it to bring some consistency, some accountabilities, learn more, push my limits, market myself, market my processes. So this is me. That's me here. I am again. Hi. I failed also in this journey, so I took up this challenge to do it 7 days live, and I failed to do it continuously. For once, I was like, I could not do it due to circumstances, the constraints I have in my environment. And the second day, I was like, okay, I need to reshape some things. I needed to change some processes around me to be able to accommodate the changes I need to not fail again. And also, I was like, not sure what would I do. So let's dive into what exactly I've been doing. So today is the fifth session, right? I've been doing it for 4 sessions already, and before that, I've done all another 2 sessions. So I'll give you a recap quickly because I've done my recaps multiple times before, but still, I want to do this for the internet. Right. So here I am, day 5. So what happened once upon a time is that I was not really able to build my first agent for a very long time. So I was like trying and trying every day, grinding every day, like trying to repeat the process and process. I was not able to do this. I failed. I knew that I was wrong. I knew that I was wrong somewhere, and I needed to change some elements of my process. Right. So I was poking holes into my theories. I reached out to a lot of people. I read some blogs. Then I learned someone shared a YouTube video that try to follow this and maybe you will get it. I never actually followed a YouTube video to set up an agent. And from there, I learned that I was not really setting up an organization first to be able to build an agent. So I was like on the top of the organization, right? The contacts, the lot of so the Salesforce ecosystem is so huge. Uh, I'm an outsider. I'm a beginner. I touched this ecosystem like 6 months, about 6 months ago, and I have about like 4 5 hours a day in my environment, in my current constraints. So that's me. What the grind is like is going good. I learned the basics of setting up the first agent. The trailhead is so well drafted. This is kind of an appreciation for thought for the Salesforce ecosystem. The way they have structured everything inside their ecosystem, and the way the Salesforce ecosystem is evolving, I'm like, oh, why did not I touch this ecosystem before? I'm kind of envious of the people who are in the ecosystem since very long time, and I'm also um, happy that I have it today. So I'm getting into it. Now I'll jump to the specifics now. It's been about 3 months, 3 minutes. I'll jump to my Notion document. So this is what it starts with. Um, do you understand every? Do you wait? The question is, do you see everything as a funnel? Do you see every conversation as a funnel? That's a question I want to start with. It's kind of a why behind my project, like core of everything. So I'm building funnels. I'm experimenting with some things. I'm experimenting. I'm doing a structured experiment on the process, actually optimizing a funnel, and I have some hypothesis which I am trying to optimize, validate or discard. So I know it may fail or it may not fail. This is the part of the research. So I have a document I'm working with. So this is kind of my um, pitch to the Salesforce system integrators that I am happy to launch myself into what do they call it? um, unknown territory to learn and do the needful. I'm happy to fail every day. This is stupid also. Okay, so getting back to this, before I proceed, I'll actually share this into my Slack communities, right? So if that helps someone, why not? So I'll just drop the link to my friends on the Slack community, and I'll jump back into the session. Ta-da! I'll jump. I'll copy this link from here. So I'm optimizing the processes of my own processes. Also, what I'm doing is that rather than opening the Slack on the desktop, which is like slow, I copied the link to my WhatsApp and then copied from here to Slack app, which is like faster to load. So I copied and here, and I'm dropping the link live right now. Learning the building blocks of Agentforce service service agent. Right. Today we are going to talk about so service. Oh, sorry, service agents. So this is. No, I need to be like faster. I understand, so I'm going to be. But leave it. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Yes. Okay. What do we have? First things first, the funnel, right? So who's my target audience? So I see everything as a funnel. I see everything as a conversation. It's like every pixel is guiding me into some direction, right? So I'm choosing the things carefully. Do I have it on the desktop? Yeah, I'll share my screen. I'll start from the desktop. Where do I have it? Where do I have it? No. Entire screen. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. I hope I'll be able to show my yeah. So this map, this is the creative map which I feel like I follow in my head every moment of my life. It was initially designed by Tim Urban from Wait But Why, and I see it like the map of my life for life. Every moment, the today changes, the moment now changes, and we need to be careful where do we want to go. So I added this last line: carefully choose where do you want to go. I'm doing that in depth. Okay, so jumping to the documents. Wait a second. Ta-da, ta-da. Right, jumping to the documents. So starting with the the code research, code part of the research, right? Code part of the project, code part of the project. So, dear system integrators, if you are looking for someone like me, I'll also share a document from my desktop which talks about my. Okay, no. So this is my project. This is my research project which I'm have been executing since some days. I'll be specific. Okay, I started this as a funnels experiment. Now I reiterated into research experiment funnels, and this is like a again part of the iteration. I'm adding. So I'm not going to the depth of why I call it chapter 21 or uh, experiment number 15. Okay, not for now. So this is my research where I am, getting into my processes, exposing my thoughts and the way I evolve projects. So it's like the document, the core document, the living document has to be the what do we call it? Um, the backbone of the project, right? It's like the soul of everything. So that is what I'm doing with these documents. That's why I'm exposing this document like a public live evolving project, right? So, and this is also my portfolio, my marketing document, my services marketing document, my project home also. Uh, okay. So this research, right? I started with some points like, I'm drafting something, I'm talking about in like exposing this more details. I'm building the core blocks in Mate. That's all what it happened. Oh, do you want to discard AI response? What is that AI response just came in? I don't even know. The notion is like is trying to push some AI on me. Okay. So I tried to define the ideal research structure. Okay. I took some elements from it. I'm still evolving on the top of it. So what did I do is that I evolved that structure into like adding hypothesis, definitions of things I'm doing, why I'm doing things, right? Um, Again, I have goals defined, so I want to talk about the goals. Use this funnel to attract and align Salesforce consulting clients and build a voice-based agent as a systems research prototype. This agent is the core thing, right? So what I'm saying is that my funnel. Let me talk about my funnel here. So it's like when I see everything as a funnel. I'm living that as a core of everything I do. Jumping to my draft of my, what do you call it, funnel. I see everything as a funnel. It's like, and every conversation is a funnel. So it's a, when two people are having conversations, there is a best case scenario, there's a worst case scenario, there's a detail of everything, and things depend on a lot of other things as well. So it's like, yeah, it's a scientific event. That's what I'm saying. But I'll not get there. What I'm saying here is that this is but the draft. This is the very simplest, stupidest part of my funnel. I'm saying build an agent. That's the top of the funnel. Then market the process. That's the second part of the level of the funnel. In which the what I'm saying is that sell. What is that I'm trying selling? The agent. Either I actually build this agent, right? Whatever I build or the process, or the skills as a freelancer, which I am talking about as a candidate I am, and there has to be something at the end of the funnel. This is revenue in the bank, which is the core idea of everything. My current targets, right? I would be very clear about it. That's my very clear goal, right? So jumping back to the document, I have my goals now. So I'm now getting into the depth of defining these. It's like a sprint. Okay, what I'm doing there is I'm getting into. I am delayed. I'm running this sprint little delayed. When I took up the 7 day challenge, I was in the middle of this thing. So I'm continuing this from here. Like, yeah, let it go. Let the timelines spill, right? There will be spillovers. This is kind of a spillover, right? So this funnel has an execution part, which is like um, actual depth of things. So this ideal definition of the research project, right? I'm also questioning that. I'm not taking that as a core of everything. Um, although I have the definition of my core MVP, which I want to build, but I need to evolve that. I'm like still skeptical about the ideal definition, ideal product I want to build. So I'll be talking about that slowly. So, and let me get into the topic of this session today, because now spending too much time into talking about history is not really a good idea. Where do I go? We are showcase one last thing before I proceed. So this project has got three parallel execution tracks. Hmm? Which I am saying is that there are three tracks running here. I'm building the agent. Yeah, that's the core. I'm building the narrative and the content funnel, which is like marketing part of it and actually selling it. And there's a pitch which I'm talking about as cold outreach funnel, which I'm not yet sending, but what I'm drafting is that, yeah, this is my project, this is the core idea, and this is how I dream something and make that a reality. This is the process of me doing that, right? Now I also defined each variable, each thing very carefully, because definitions of things what we are doing are need to be very clear, right? We need to be very clear about the definitions of the things we are doing, because when it's all about like we are building a software, right? It's a software. We need to be very careful about the definitions of the things we are doing. If the definitions are not aligning, we are not on the right track, right? That makes sense. Um, Software development. So I recently read this book also. What do we call it? Pragmatic programmer, which is like, yeah, I need to be pragmatic about everything, and every every good evolution requires me to do that. So getting into the building part, not talking about the other parts, channels right now, jumping into the document depth. So this is like huge document, which is like about I don't know, 100 pages right now. If I export that as a PDF right now, huh? Okay. Within this, as I was saying, I took up the 7-day challenge. I started this on here, then I went into depth, then I went. There's another story, but I don't talk about stories right now. Let me focus. I went for 4 days, then I failed for 2 days. Second one, this yesterday I was like, no, I need to change the process completely. Now I'm doing it in the morning. I thought to do it in the evenings, and I had to restructure a lot of things around me. So this is the preparation I did for today after evolution of the template from day one, and here I'm evolving my thing. So title for the day for the today was, I actually decided that carefully. I needed to bring structure to these sessions. So how did this structure came into picture? After the first session, I was confused like where exactly this thing is going. I was not sure. Then I had to submit this video into Gemini and ask for feedback. Like, tell me, what are the issues you see in my project? What are the things you see in my delivery? And it was like, dude, there's no structure in your session. Oh, I was like, okay, I need to build structures. Everything is about structures. We evolve things. My evolution is the part of evolution, right? Iterations. So I know how to iterate. That's also my core skill, I would say. Okay, so let's jump into the Agentforce architecture. It's been a long time. I've been talking too much. Okay. Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen. Ta-da! Where's the? Okay, this is the architecture. I think is the core architecture of the Salesforce Agentforce. This is the Service Cloud, Service Agent architecture, which is like, again, this is the what I want to focus on, and this relates to the agent I have been building. So it needs to evolve here also. I am going to evolve this agent with the help of learnings I'm doing in these sessions, of course, also off these sessions. Um, of course, I also learn other things as well. So there's a lot that I need to learn. I strongly believe that. And keep yourself hydrated, friends. This is my drink bot. You might want to have your own. Do you see the name? Yay! I'll show you what it does specifically in a few minutes if it does that. Wow. Oh, I'm not too long there. So I'm going to into the details. Yay! I love it. I need to take a moment. Hello again. So I'll be sharing my screen and starting with what have I built as a dummy agent on the like stage 0. That's kind of a launch pad for my agent. Let's say it like that. So what you see on the screen is a dummy page, which starts with like this is what Salesforce provides us, and the agent on in the top bottom left corner, right corner. And this is my dummy agent. I was not really able to set up this for a very long time, so I had to understand a lot of nuances, and it took some long time. So it's like I'm doing by learning. I'm learning by doing. And here we go. It asks relevant questions, but it's like still a dummy thought which the AI and basic structure has built for us. So now I'm going to evolve on the top of it. what I'm saying is that this is the ground zero. This is a dummy agent. This doesn't do any useful thing. And now we are going to customize that as per the requirements for the ideal agent I want to build. It's like a shooting for the stars. So it's like, what is the best kind of an agent I can think of? And now actually get into the process of building it by breaking down things. So I don't really have, I believe, the references in the industry is like I'm trying to break down things from scratch. I'm looking at things from a new perspective, very new perspective. I'm not really able to use some of the um, existing elements. And wow, I understand what I missed from there. So this top bottom right corner, this agent input box is also not visible here. Okay, so this is the dummy agent, and there's some dummy architecture which I don't even understand yet. That is what I'm going to do in this session after 30 minutes of being online in this session. Wow, this is too much. So I think I should build some systems to start from the beginning to learn, then actually do the other things in the end. I should keep it. I will note it. Should I note it down? Yes, I will note it down. So this is kind of the agent, the structure I'm building, right? Um, I have this thing. So I need to have a learning from the session. I will add a note here. I will note that quickly. Hey. Wait a second. I have something. Oh, stop sharing. So this is my drink bot, which is blinking right now. It's reminding me to drink water. Would you believe? It's like, wow. Ta-da. It's a it's a smart bottle, which is like a friend sitting with me to tell me that it's time to drink water. Hey. Okay, jumping. So I was saying on the topic of sharing screen from the Notion document. Quickly start. Quickly get to the topic so that the viewers get value as soon as possible. Maybe I should have the structure of the session also. It's like I have it, some of it, like, let me show you also. Where do I have it? Oh, I have it somewhere written. I missed it in the session. Oh, yeah, here it is. Introduction to the ideal customer, then the flow. This is the flow I chose: introduction, architecture, takeaways. So I should bring it down to like smaller and smaller so that I can come to the topic very soon. I talk too much? Oh, very bad. So where do we are? Where are we right now? Quickly bring the topic. So come to the topic. Come to the topic, my friend. Here we are. Our dummy agent. We need to build on the top of it. So now the learning part. I don't really understand the architecture. If you ask me, like, what is the architecture of an agent, service agent? Yes, I'm still learning. It's this picture is like the home of what do we have, whatever we have. This agent, how does this work, right? So how do I try to understand this? It's like if I don't understand this. I'm a stupid person. I don't know what is agent. Now start from the scratch. So it's like we are the beginners. We'll learn from everything we can. So I'll jump to GPT maybe. That's the learning tool also, right? It works as a learning tool, right? So when I asked, like, help me understand this image, going here and there. So I started with the very random prompt. What is this map about related to? It started asking me questions. So I have customized my ChatGPT to, rather than answering my questions, ask me questions in return, so that, yeah, help me find answers from myself rather than I get answers baked in. This is my customizing part of artificial intelligence. Right? I don't try to get answers baked in, but yeah, sometimes I need to. So I did not like the um, process it was going through. Then I said, let help me like a beginner. It said a lot of things from there. This is how it works. If there's an entry point, there's a start trading, there's this, that. Then I said, give me a big picture. Let's start with the understanding that Google picture. Right? So I like how ChatGPT responds rather than. Look at the statement. What movie am I watching before you explain each scene? So it was describing each element of this image, right? And let me open this image in a new full screen. Full screen. This is the core. This is the core of things. So what do we understand from this image? This is like the big picture. This is how the. So let me explain. What do I understand from this? It connects the agent, the technology, which is what we are trying to rely on to automate our lives as businesses, as humans, as humanity. I believe this is going to change the way humanity is going to do things onwards from here. And this is like deep. This is not just an agent architecture. It's like it's automating the way we do things, the humanity do things, right? Because we know what we have been doing ever since the beginning of time. Now what we are doing is that we are automating our own tasks. We are automating our own processes, our things, our ourselves. Hmm? So what? Explain. Let's get to the big picture. Share this tab. The ChatGPT says what this diagram shows. This is a complete system of handling conversations between users, which this is the context it is taking up from. So I've been having conversations with ChatGPT about the job seeker agent I've been trying to build. So it connects the dots from my project to the elements I'm trying to learn. And that is also the best part of about ChatGPT. Artificial intelligence, right? It's like now trying to be the sentient we need to help us like a real co-pilot in our real lives. Currently, it is in the behind the system, behind the screen, but I'm sure it is going to come out of the screen in the physical world very soon. I will jump into the big picture. Yeah, it connects the Agentforce. So the four elements, right? Connects the Agentforce, the website, and the Service Cloud, all of them together, and it calls this website. It doesn't really call this website. It they call it Experience Cloud, which was difficult. Like yeah, this is the terminology the Salesforce ecosystem uses, and I'm now learning it. Service Cloud, Salesforce Service Cloud. Okay. So let me read through elements. If there are some people who are trying to understand, I'll explain these statements also. Visitors can chat with the AI agent on your website. The conversation is captured and managed in Salesforce. If needed, the AI can escalate it to the real human. Every chat becomes a recorded session, right? It's a core of things. Think of it like a pipeline for smart conversations that start with the user, flows through AI, escalate if needed, ends with the human, and CRM tracking, everything inside. Four big zones. There are four big zones. Agentforce, configuration, routing, brain. Wow. I like how the Salesforce also has terminologies and naming of the things. This is like the great part. How do you name things you do? Right? How do you name the variables you deal with? Right? That's what you need to be very careful about. So it says this is the logic and the flow control. Logic, service cloud configuration. So if the map, yeah, this map will be going into the depth of this map right now. And what do we have? Who should handle this? So few things it takes care of, right? Who should handle this? Should it go to specific agent? Should it go to a queue? What happens if nobody is available? Well, it's like air traffic control. Wow. It's a good analogy to start with. Experience Cloud is the website chat interface. This website where the user chats, and just for your the beginner's information, this chat system, this live chat, this agent can be embedded into third-party websites also, not just for Salesforce ecosystem. Salesforce, what do you call it? Experience Cloud, but it can be embedded anywhere now. So now what Salesforce is saying that this thing, Agentforce, is everywhere, omnipresent. Awesome. Okay, where we are. Experience Cloud. Then there is standard objects. Salesforce records. Who's chatting? The contact. What is the issue? The case. Why the agent is, somebody is trying to talk to this. And what is the conversation history? It goes into messaging session. It says, why does it matter? It says, if you're building Agentforce, this map shows how your AI fits into real workflow. How can you escalate to real humans? How every chat becomes trackable, reportable, and actionable inside Salesforce. By the way, do you know about the recent Agentforce 3 updates that led to the analytics dashboards? What do they call it? Wait, I don't even know. Remember that term? Ta-da. Okay, I'm not really good at I'm just recalling the keywords, and I'm going to do that now. How do I recall? Yeah, command center. It gave me. So, do you know about the command center? Command center is like the analytics, Google Analytics of our agents. It tells us everything that we need to know as agent builders to be able to optimize our agents, right? The operations, the processes, the definitions, everything inside that, everything inside the ecosystem. So that's the basic part. Like, what does this picture do? Right? This is big picture. It connects the you see on the screen. Yeah, it connects the agent to the end user through the Salesforce ecosystem. Keeps track of the messaging into the history. It collects the information from the visitors, like who's talking. Keeps a record. Creates tickets also if required. Also keeps the logic of the flow through the again sort of elements. So what the best part of the Salesforce ecosystem is that it has modules. It has divided itself into parts which can be like which are like building blocks of things which can be plugged into here and there and here and there. So these elements are like so customizable for even like non-software developers like me to now imagine the best case scenario for the agent to do the needful in the real world rather than caring about the how the code is written behind it, right? I know, although it's always best to know the details, but it's like driving a car. I don't really need to know how the engine works to be able to drive a car, right? Or customize a solution for the industry. Hmm? It's like providing car customization services for some part of the car. I am providing those kind of services without understanding the depth of the engine. Like, how does the engine translate the core that is the energy, the power, the either electricity or gasoline into the energy to actually run the show or the car, the vehicle we are trying to run. Right? So after looking at this map at the core of what we have, everything, what do we get? Where we are. So this dummy agent is ready. So this structure on the top of which we can build something today is ready now. Like, but it's still dummy. It doesn't do anything useful. It's like a stupid agent right now. So now we need to give life to this thing. Um, and we actually need to get into the depth of defining these things. So, but let's try to understand more from ChatGPT, and then we'll explain things in detail. Mhm. like get into the depth of actually building the agent. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. There's an entry point. Oh, I also asked this question to Gemini. I think it answered it differently. One more minute. Yeah. Later. I'll share this tab one more time. Right. So Gemini says it represents the human interface, the agent force. It represents the human agent interface. When a customer interaction comes in, this is where human agent would handle it. The dotted line labeled escalation. Okay, let's look at the map. Escalation. Okay. If the automated process can't handle something, it might be escalated to the core cloud agent. Where do we have the core cloud agent? Right. This is okay. It's broken into few parts. So agent force part is like it's not just the core cloud agent, right? It's the part of escalation as well as the how it connects to the other parts. Right? So it's the single entity is not really um, useful independent of other things it has, right? All right. So keep yourself hydrated. There we are. Service Cloud configuration, central blue box. It says there's a route to agent flow, there's a message channel, there's a embedded service. Okay, it's actually describing each element. So let me try to do that by myself. Or let me let me do it from here. Route to agent flow. This part, which is like um, choice, which takes care of the logic that where the request or the thing has to be passed on to. Right? It's the part of the process. Route to agent flow, right? Which agent the needs to take care of things. Messaging channel. It's like where the conversation is happening. It's like is it on the web? Is it on the hello? आ गया टॉपिक चेंज कर okay very good uh, embedded service deployment. Yeah, this part, let me see if I'm not able to explain that. Embedded service deployment, this refers to the Salesforce embedded service feature, which allows you to embed customer service functionalities like chat, knowledge base articles, contact form directly into website. This is entry point for customer interaction coming to the experience side. So if that confuses someone, I should try to understand that as a beginner also. Like I will always call myself a beginner. Some people might not like this, but this is my method of getting actually pushing myself onto the right track. So it says it's an entry point. अच्छा सुनो अभी मम्मी की हेल्प लो प्लीज. I'll take. Oh no. Was that muted? Was that? It was not taking my. But okay. For a minute. Hello. Okay. Sure. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. If I did it by mistake, like not really switch on my muted button, I may have to discard my whole session. Hello, air conditioning. Okay. This lightning is not really helpful. Maybe I'll open this screen a bit. This out. Yeah. So let's get back to work. Where we were. We were talking about embedded service deployment. This refers to the feature which allows embedded customer service functionalities. So we are talking about. So let's let's ask this to describe this, right? It's it's like the part of the learning. Why not understand the depth? I'm going to ask this to explain it. Please explain in detail. This is the part of learning. That's what I'm doing. This is the core of this session. Like I am learning live. Right? That's the challenge. Hmm? Why not? I don't know if it will be able to take up the voice from here. That's what I often try to do.
Okay, let's dive into the embedded service deployment feature in Salesforce in more detail. Agents. This is a critical entry point for customer interaction. Embedded service deployment.
Okay, what I was saying was I was trying to understand the meaning of the term embedded service deployment. It's like let me check if this sound comes
Detailed explanation.
on the
What it is.
recorder.
Salesforce Embedded Service is a partner that allows you to bring core Service Cloud functionalities directly to your customers wherever they are, primarily on your external facing websites, help centers, or mobile applications. Instead of requiring customers to log into a separate Salesforce portal or community, you can embed service properties they already use. Key components and functionalities
Okay,
you can embed. Chat, live agent chat, messaging for in-app and web. Purpose. This is by far the most common impactful use case.
let's pause it. Let's like speed read from here. So it says we can embed a few things into our uh, portals rather than what it was saying. Core Service Cloud functionality wherever they are, primarily on external facing websites, help centers instead of requiring customers to log into separate Salesforce portals or communities. Right? It's like you can use this module to bring everything where you want to build. Right? So there are few things that you can embed using this functionality. So embedded service deployment. Um, I should what I'm not try to not able to understand from this is that like how do I describe it in the simplest form with the analogies? I will ask Gemini itself. So it says we can embed chat, we can embed knowledge-based articles, empower customers to find answers to their questions independently. Okay, let's jump to the playground. Like this is not helping. Embedded file playground now. This is where what we are trying to understand. What is embedded service? Like I don't even know right now. Even after reading the definition, the meaning, the explanation, I cannot explain it like I know it, right? So it says, let's try to see the new deployment. Let's try to look at the new deployment feature. It says messaging for in-app web. So it's currently offering me only messaging feature. What are the features? Knowledge articles, contact forms, field service mobile for mobile apps. While less directly tied to the customer facing chat knowledge aspects, embedded service can also refer to the components that support mobile workforce management. Okay. So now what I understand is that I was on the other aspects of this embedded service because I've not really seen them yet. I have only seen the chat feature. Hey, my drink water is again blinking. Hey, it blinked. So I understand the chat feature for messaging in-app or web, which happens through these embedded service deployment. So it's like the bridge between the web, but I still need to understand that in depth. It says that a deployment is where customer exchange on your site, customer exchanges. The code your conversation type. There's only one. Why there's only one? Because why is it not able to take this? I'm not even able to proceed with this part. Whoa, let me start. Okay. Uh, so these are the kind of the bugs which do not help. Which is like, as a developer, as a person who's trying to understand, do these things, we should be understanding the limitations of these systems, right? Um, if some click is not working, if there's something odd on the screen, we should be able to identify. And if we are not getting into the depth of things, oh, I'm not sharing the right screen. Okay. Okay. Web client not going anywhere. Let's look at the current implementation of embedded service deployment. So I named it as SA Force Jobs Web. I'm naming it as Salesforce Agentforce for Jobs. Force for Jobs. It's like what I'm trying to dream is that I'm trying to replace the existing job listing portals with this agent. Now, this is the first time I'm trying to describe my agent, right, in simplicity. I'm dreaming a place where it's like a chat GPT for jobs. You as a person, a person as a job seeker talks to the agent, talks to the system, and describes their uh, context themselves and get matched with the right job, with the right opportunity. It's like a new framework I'm trying to dream of, and being able to build processes to actually build that dream, right? Make that dream a reality. Let's go. Okay, this deployment has got some things from here. It has messaging settings, so which is where it takes the inputs from. I'll jump to this tab now, like not really required maybe, but these are the rabbit holes we need to be able to choose carefully by building, because uh, what is there without the rabbit holes? Salesforce jobs web. This is one of the channels. Now there are a few channels we can add, more channels we can add. Get the conversation going. Let's see what it is. And there's no. These are the few options it allows us to build agents for. It allows agents. So it's interesting to note that an agent is possible to be built for WhatsApp. Now, your client, your customer can be anywhere, right? And WhatsApp is everywhere. So build an agent for the WhatsApp. And I think I want to do that. Let's see if I can actually do that right now. Welcome to the embedded messaging. Deliver rich content experiences, session transfers, session management, interactive components. Okay, let's read this part. So it should be important before we do it for the first time. Most WhatsApp phone numbers can be associated with WhatsApp messaging channel in Salesforce. If you're migrating your number from another business, we walk you through switching to new channels. Your service. Okay, let's see. What I love integrating things. This is cover. Okay, why is it not? Moving to the next step. Oh yes, the checkbox. This is like a checkbox. Anyone wants to do these things, we need to accept that even if we agree or not. Now, before proceeding to the next step, it says let's make a connection with the WhatsApp. I If it takes long time, I should drop this step from here, because we was actually doing trying to understand the architecture, right? And I went into a rabbit hole to actually set up a messaging channel, which is like, okay, let's see, add a messaging channel. It's taking long. In the meantime, let's jump to the agent. Let's see. Let's go back to what we have. Where I'm going right now is I'm going to the builder and trying to define things for the public perception. And now I'm trying to think out loud also, not just learning, but I'm using those learnings into the modules and the structure I've built. Okay. Share this tab. This WhatsApp messaging channel is still loading. So this is but the part of the things where we wait for the things to happen. That is where we go into the rabbit holes of other things doing parallelly. It's like we cannot be really doing one thing at a time. We should not be doing one thing at a time. I concur. I strongly believe that now also. Okay. And today morning I just published the thought that always believe there is something wrong. Always believe you are wrong about something. That's the formula for growth I think I'm using, and I'm publishing that also. So this is the home of the agent. Now it's like this is going to be the place for the space for my agent, right? So I need to now define like this. What is this? What is that I'm trying to build? In an ideal case, it's like a. Let me try to also write while thinking now. So it's a let's keep that part here. I'm going to write. Imagine. Oh, oh, did I hit the wrong buttons? Dude, no. Uh-oh. Okay, okay. So now, are we going to do here? So this is the face this is a dream I'm trying to build. It's like not, I'm the building the structure around the agent also. It's like I need to be careful about what I'm building. I need to be careful how do I present it to the industry. So imagine ChatGPT knows all the job. I am ChatGPT. uh, just a simplified format of things I'm dreaming about, right? So I know about all. It's like I'm now thinking out loud. Okay, so this is like less of like slower learning part and breaking things from building things from the inside out. Why is it small? Too small. Dude, don't waste my time. Is it which phone is this? How do I check? Already copy. Just copy, friends. If you don't understand things, copy. Start from scratch. So what I'm saying is that I am saying, imagine I'm ChatGPT. I know. I am connected to all the job opportunities on the net. What all would you like to tell me about you to be able to find and match you with the most so this is like the conversation between the ChatGPT, or I should say, an agent and the human. Um, Imagine like it's like sentient. Imagine you're talking to God. Imagine you're talking to God. So should I say it like that? Imagine you are talking to God. Oh my God, I'm scaring myself now. I am connected to all jeopardies on the internet. What all would you like to tell me about you to be able to find and match you with the perfect opportunity for you? This is the bold thought I'm starting with. So this is like also the marketing part of it. What is the perception I want to build for myself, huh? for for the product I'm building, right? Let me just publish that. So it's like, this part I think will be kept in the submission history, publication history. So every time I hit publish, we hit our any builder hits publish. We should keep these as a git commit as a git commit to keep the track of the updates we have been doing through these process. But I need to be careful. I need to figure out if it is kept in the history. Salesforce serves this domain using a content delivery network. Okay. Update the add the core message of the idea. That's what I did only today. We send a message or email. Okay. Now the home is like on the stage one. We are on the day one. We are sitting on the like the big picture of the platform. We are the base, right? Wow. Imagine you're talking to God. Why would I say it? Why would I put it like that? So I'm not going into describing things, maybe. Oh. Now I want to understand. I want to take this like a philosophical exploration. Also, I want to do it very slow. I don't want to like get ChatGPT to tell me the elements I need to build behind this and start building that. I don't want to hurry up things. I want to take it slow. So what I'm saying is that this conversation between the God and the, let's say, the job seeker, what exactly this conversation would look like. So I need to understand. I want to think of it. What I'm doing behind the scene is that what I've been doing in my head is that what are the first principles of a conversation, or I should actually publish that on this platform. I should. So I want to think and write and think. Should I add one more block? Uh, okay, I will add one more block, like a component, and for should I call it a speech text editor? I'll have to drag and drop. Can I? Oh, oh, okay. So in this section, what I'm going to say is that I'm going to have notes. And this will look like What I'm saying is that consider this like a conversation. Um, I want to expose. I want to get the. So, what is the experience I want? Like the job seeker to start with? What is the thought process? What is the perception I want to build before actually starting this conversation? Right? I'm thinking about that part. So the step one, it defines the direction, right? It defines the direction. Uh, so I want to state it like, what are the first principles of a conversation? I want to tell the like I want to think of it. I want so it's like I am the agent. I'm the human. What is the experience I should get? I should. What is the impression I should get when I'm starting to have this conversation with God? Let's say I'm having a conversation with God. I need to expose myself, right? I need to be like expose myself like vulnerably, just expose, right? I cannot lie. I should not lie to the God, which would be a stupid mistake, which should be like a ideal conversation. So mm, there, what I want to say, do you know? Do you understand? Do you understand? And video. Let me think. Let me think. I want to take it slow. I want to think out loud so that we build the right step one, maybe. Do you understand? And conversation. What? So this is the question I've been asking myself. It's like now, just put it. Let me just put it right there. I'm not going to talk about. Should I actually talk about it? Let me just copy my notes. It's like the part of the research I've been doing, human-centered artificial intelligence. And I generated that with the help of course, yes, ChatGPT. I had a like deep conversation with the ideal, hmm, and now I'm going to just paste. Oh, let me put it out from here to here, and oh, this is too long. So copy paste. There's no foldable element in this Experience Cloud, the website, right? So conversation is a mirror, not a transaction. Okay. I cannot copy the format, right? Okay, let's just keep it the way we have it. And why I'm talking about it like like I'm sharing the first principle with the random people who's actually looking for a job. Um, this is the important part, right? So I want to. This is the experience I want to. This is the impression. This I believe this would give an impression to someone who's starting the conversation with the God that you know, be careful. But again, let's so I'll have to rename it from here also. Imagine you are having a conversation with this is okay. And I will this UI out sometimes breaks and it's okay. This is software. Software will always have bugs. Do you believe that? Do you strongly believe that also? Software will always have bugs. It's a piece of code, right? It's a piece of code which will have bugs. It is okay, right? Okay. I'm going to publish that in short and let's see how it looks. What impression does it give on the homepage? Ta-da! This is like bad, very bad, but speak to evolve. I did not copy and I missed it. Now, um, maybe. Oh, why? Okay, wait a second. I'm trying to change some elements on my page. I'll take another break. I'll be back. So, I the question, right? What are the first principles of a conversation? Why this philosophical question? Why am I even asking this question? Is that uh, I asked few questions from myself to begin with. Since we are building an agent from the like scratch, I think I have this luxury to ask the some questions that I maybe useful at this stage. And I wrote it down. I'm just trying to I'm trying to be very specific why I'm asking these questions. Uh, Three questions. What are the first principles of a conversation? Define the term job description. As a candidate, hiring manager, do people really know what do they want? So I have the answer to the first question to some extent because now it's like a conversation between an agent and a human, and I need to understand the like first principles because I'm designing this conversation. It's like that's the core of everything this platform is going to be doing. So it's like if you tell me, just to get the conversation started, get things done, it's not as simple as taking any direction. We need to choose the direction we are going to be moving in, right? So when I went through the definitions of the first principle, or when I tried to understand the first principles of a conversation, this is what I got. And let's read them maybe like one by one just to get a hold of understanding the things like what exactly I'm doing, where exactly this might be going, or I need a hook, or I need something from here to move to the next page, right? conversation is a mirror, not a transaction. So it's like when the human is talking to the agent or the God, it cannot be a transaction. You don't expect the God to like give you $1 million. Even if it's let's say the most powerful human on earth, why should they help you? Why should the God help you? Who are you, buddy? Now, things start with how I'm trying to describe things. Also, it's like let's ground ourselves with the things we want to keep in mind. Hmm? And grounding is the new concept that I learned while getting the basics of the Salesforce ecosystem, the Agentforce ecosystem. Also. So, yeah, that part. Intent comes first, even if it's unspoken. If two people are talking, if I'm talking to you, if you are talking to me, there has to be an intent during the conversation. There is an intent, right? There's a thing that we are trying to do. What is that intent if two people are talking, right? If they're just having a fun time, it's still an intent. It has to be an intentional thing. Now, the job seeker may have an intent to explore the opportunities, just that. Uh, every conversation starts with pull, clarity, connection, validation, evolution. The best ones surface the intent instead of assuming it. So we again, assumptions are dangerous parts of the conversations. So I'm not assuming much at this stage. Or actually, I should specify the assumptions very carefully. So I'll add it as an element on the home. Hmm? Let's do it. The home. I wish I could fold this part like Notion. Collapsed. Let me search. Or let's understand this from perplexity that do we have an option to collapse the elements on or now do we have an option to connect this to a space? Do you understand we have spaces on perplexity? I don't even really understand the concept of spaces yet. Oh, there are templates too. I never saw that. It must be new. Let's explore perplexity for a moment. It says Time Planner Pro website scanner. Get started with perplexity. Wow. Hey, it's time to drink water. Wow. There are many templates. Now, if you understand the concept of a template, I learned it in recent few years. The template is like any template. If you the core concept of a template, it's like we can templatize anything. So that is why these agents are now evolving because software has templatized a lot of the parts of the human's life, right? The software is now templatizing. Humans are templatizing their lives. That is how we are able to build things and scale up things and automate things, right? So these are the powerful templates. And now there, let's not jump into anything random. Salesforce Agentforce, that's my private space. I don't know if I'm able to use perplexity spaces like the way I should. What is that? See all? What is that? Oh, there are instructions, there's files, there's links. So I can have instructions for the space. Add instructions to format, scope, and add relevance to your search results. Wow. Collaborative space for discussing latest insights. No, so I'll describe it later maybe. My question was, can we have collapsible modules? What do they call it? Modules, components. Components for not for, in Salesforce. What do they call it? Experience builder. Digital experiences builder. Let's see. I don't know. So this perplexity should give me the answer in yes or no. I would love that. Yes, you can have flexible components, but approach depends on your specific use case. Let's see accordion component. Screen flows. Oh, custom solutions, lightning web component or a component, third party component, accordion. Let's see what accordion does. So I now learned about a new. Oh, it's blank. I don't even have that component. Why not? Why not? Oh, why do I not have this component? Why do I not have this component? Code required, no. Code for student, yes. Why do I? This is interesting part. That allows you to organize content into collapsible sections. You can drag this component onto your page. Okay, let's ask the follow-up question. Why do my builder not have this component? I can like this part. The coordinate component is not available by default for all builder sites because its availability depends on the site template and the architecture. Okay. Aura sites. Now let's not dig that tangent rabbit hole. Aura WR install community LWR accordion custom. Custom. Not core. So share this first thing. I need to add my assumptions. I will need that component very soon. So I will add a text editor right now. It's blinking again. I don't know. What is the timer behind this? We'll soon figure it out. Let's add a rich text. Editor. I just added a new block here. The point about first principles is that I don't want to assume things. I want to keep it like very grounded into the core of the things I want to do. Yeah, why is this scrolling with me? Random thing. And I do not have this yet. Scroll down, buddy, scroll down, scroll down, buddy, scroll down. Please, where did I just drop something? I dropped it here. Can I move it like, oh. Yes. Should this be on the top? Yes, it should be on the top. It was on the right place. Like this. Now I'm not really able to write into this section because wow, now I have some space. I need to hack the UI something. We need to hack the UI something. Assumptions. Yay! This is the important part of a conversation of anything we do of the or I don't know why these things are not there on general products. Yes. So what assumptions do we have for this thing? What assumptions do we have? Now, since I believe this, my agent, so this is kind of my agent, this ChatGPT. Mhm. Do I have something else that I need? Yes. Baby. Okay, so we will ask now. Do we have the right screen? Yes. Session should not extend too much. Oh my God, 135, 1 hour 35 minutes. So I'll keep it short, below 2 hours. Oh, okay. I need to do that too. I need to do that. I need to keep this time block for my learning also and building it. So you see, this is how it's going to build. Iterate, improve from here. I have a question from ChatGPT, which is like I need to let's have a voice conversation. I'm assuming this will be recorded. I'll check it out. Hi, you are again with me on my live broadcast. This is day 5, and I hope you remember my project about building the agent, the core, right? So let me just think out loud and iterate my thoughts. And now, then, if I ask you some things, help me there. I'm thinking about the assumptions the human or the platform should have when the user is landing on the page where the agent is to find the opportunity they want, right? So I'm calling it like, imagine you're talking to the God, right? I'm saying very clearly that imagine you're talking to the God, and now expose yourself, like what is that you want the God to know about you, so that the God can connect you to all the opportunity, the perfect opportunity for you, right? So now I'm at the step where I want to define the assumptions I may have for this step of the conversation. Okay, I don't know if this voice was recorded. Also, the points given by ChatGPT were like too many, so I want to like again keep it slow. And now I'm getting into these pointers. Oh, the memory has been updated. It says is on day 5 of live broadcast learning, and they are conceptualizing the user's first step in interacting with the agent as one where the you should expose to the agent called God in order to connect the perfect opportunity. Wow. I hope it uses the memory well enough. So what we are saying is that trust assumption, purpose assumption, user trust the system. So what signals? What purpose? Honesty assumption, value of the process. Now let's not like, or let's see what these questions are saying here. The leading questions. This is like, okay, I let me just take that as a step one, right? Or we may need more assumptions, we might need more thoughts behind it, but let's keep it there. We'll get into that. It says, what specific type of information do you assume the user will share? Are we talking personal values, work preferences, skills, etc.? What emotional state should the user be in? You're framing it as a conversation with God, so there's likely an expectation of serenity, humility, maybe anticipation. How do you want that? I don't know the answers to these questions. I don't know if these questions are the right leading questions to be asked, or I don't have the answer again. So let's frame these assumptions. Frame these assumptions for the website home for the user. Okay, I am doing bad prompting here. Yes, I'm not expanding on the ideal or the best case scenario for each thing, right? Let's not now translate your raw conceptual fire into something website users can feel, understand, and trust. Reframing for the options designed to speak directly to the end user, not as explanation, but a subtle contract. You are God. Am I building God? You're not just here to browse, you're here to be understood. Before you begin, we ask you to imagine this. Wow. You are about to speak to a God, one who knows no judgment, one who only wants to connect you with your perfect opportunity. But first, you must speak your truth. We assume you are ready to be honest. Tell us what you truly care about, not what the world expects, what you want. You trust this space, you created a safe environment where your story matters, what you share sacred here. You're willing to speak, not perform. You believe in more than a resume. You believe in that opportunity exists. When you like the user to click the begin button after reading this, or need information and just respond. No, nothing. I'll copy these pointers from here. I don't know. We assume assumptions. Not just I don't like the copy much. Oh. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT. Give me a few better options for this copy. Oh, I like words. And the ChatGPT understands I am more into poetic like verses, which I have been sharing. Like, yeah, I also write poems. This says this isn't a search; it's a revelation. There's not you're not looking. You're ready to be found. The opportunity begins with the right questions to be understood. First, be willing to reveal. I don't know if I'll be actually doing this kind of A/B testing when I really have it. I will be testing with all of them. You're not here to fit in, you're here to see. This is where you begin telling the truth. Let's stop guessing, let's start matching. Your next starts here. You're not just another job portal, a place for the industry. I don't know. You're ready to be found. You're not just looking, you're ready to be found. You're ready to begin to ask questions to demonstrate what. Okay, let's take this one. You're not just looking, you're ready to be found. This is not a search, this is revelation. Okay, take this. We're not going to call this assumptions, at least. Don't do this, dude. This editor is like getting into my nerves now. Dude, move yourself. Okay, there we are. I'm going to copy these elements from ChatGPT. We ask you to imagine this, this, and this. I hope I'm not too stupid to do it this way. Though no numbering has been copied, and there's no numbering also here and here and here. So the formatting is the maybe the last thing I should care about at this stage. Um, but still, let's make it more at least readable so it doesn't break the loop. Fonts, too many fonts sizes might actually kill the experience. I don't know what font is this. Should I be spending too much time into this? Are we wasting moments? Did I? Da. What is that? Yes. What is that? Yes. Not too much. No, too much fonting. Too much fonting. Too much fonting. Too much fonting. This has to be same. Dude, come on. Don't do this. Oh, I'm not sharing the right. This. Oh. Dude, don't do that. Oh, oh. So this. Yeah. Let's do it maybe slow. Dude, 16. Is it possible I can lock these blocks for editing so that I don't unintentionally edit the other one? Maybe it's like too heavy for this browser. So why this has to be bigger? This has to be. Oh. Mm, 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 mm. Is it three already? Is it three already? Yes, it is. Let's three. I don't know. I don't know. So we are. I cannot move without doing this part of the things. It's like structure is necessary, right? Structure is necessary to understand things. Well, so sad. I think I'm going to hate this text editor on this Salesforce ecosystem for the rest of my life. Which, dude, oh, leave it there, leave it there. Okay, edit text. Why do I have three different dummy Gmard? Which which of these I need to use? Let me just refresh the page now. Maybe. Just keep trying. Something went wrong. That does a trick. So I like that part. Or what happens is what I'm like, you know, this may not save, so it's like I may lose some of my content. Let's see if it publishes because if something went wrong, what happens? What happens when the things don't get saved? We lose content. Okay, this is has been too long session. It's 1 hour and 50 minutes. I should move faster now. I'll refresh this page and I'll refresh this page too. Ta-da! Uh-oh. Don't step onto too much tabs. It slows down the machine. Oh. So where we are, here we are. Ta-da! I have a message. Now, oh, that something, something. Is it the right font I want? No, that is not how you do things. What just happened? Started talking. Why? Double clicking is bad on these screens. Oh, so I'll publish it again. Oh, yeah. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Are you doing the right something now? Oh, no. So don't break things. Like, okay if you take it slow. Now just save it and move to the next element. Don't do this now. We started with trying to understand the architecture of this of Agentforce in the session. Um, in next, let's say 10 minutes, I'll be about 8 minutes. I'll be summarizing the things I went through in the session. I'll be talking about some things I should be thinking about the things I should be doing next, right? Carefully. So this is what we're doing today. Let's look at the screen. Now we have a picture. We have a like picture. Yes, it's a picture. This is the image of the product we are trying to build. Hmm. Now I know where I want to go to some extent, right? Uh, Formatting. It's not too much focus on the formatting right now. But yes, I cannot. I don't feel like moving ahead without doing it properly. So not moving much. I'm also making some mistakes here. I'm not um, have putting in the comments for my Git commands like publishing. So don't make mistakes. Don't make these mistakes while you are doing it. So my agent now is not customized to do this conversation like that. And this is where we are today. And this is where we want to go. So now this agent. So if I have to decrease, does it help? No, it doesn't. Can I do it like this? Should I do it like this? No, it doesn't help. Okay, let's leave it. Let's leave. So the chat with the agent is a little broken on the screen. I understand that it's taking over my area of the chat window, my face, right? Which is let's leave it there. Me, move. Yeah. So how do we move like from this dummy agent to actually move into a direction of an ideal conversation? This is an ideal thing I'm thinking about. So it might be still stupid, it might be unconnected. This is what I'm trying to build. This is what I'm trying to think of. Like talk to God, tell what you want to get, share what you who you are, huh? And how. These are my assumptions. These are my clear assumptions. What I'm saying, that I'm stating. Like miss something from here. No? Assumptions. You're ready to be found, you trust the space, you're willing to speak, not perform, you believe, so these are like, again, abstract concepts. It doesn't help. It may not help right now. Um, Now, what we know about Agentforce is that it is built on the top of three core elements. Three core elements. What are the core elements? Topics. I'll showcase my agents now. What do we have? Topics, instructions, and actions. So agents are like built of three pillars: topics, instructions, and actions. Now, these things will guide us through the process of meeting the ideal case. So now we have the ideal case we want to build. Now we need to start thinking of the, I need to start thinking of the instructions, actions, and topics to be able to meet this ideal case. And of course, I need to connect this with all the workflows and all the things that agent might need. And I don't even know right now like what is required. I need to design design the instructions. So recently I came across this agent designing module with the help of the Q9 elements. I'll come to that maybe in the next session. So because now we know where we want to go, we can design, and how do we design these instructions, the agent, the architecture, what we have in our control, right? We need to be able to structure it on a paper to imagine what we want to build, like kind of dry run the things we want to do, huh? And build it. So I'll maybe soon rename my agent from here. Should I do that? I don't know. And I'm nervous. I'm scared also. I'm a little worried if this is the right direction. But I'm now thinking that this is what I want to build. Yeah, this is really the thing I want to build. So I'm very clear about it. What else do we have? I want to like this product, this page to be discoverable to the general public so that you know people can come and have the conversations they want to have, and of course they can, like, the system should be able to record these conversations. Like, I need to now have this element that the conversations, to record the conversations, the system should create an account for them by the email ID, of course. I'll keep it that way. So I'll keep it short. I'll come back soon. This is about 2 hours and I'll leave it there. Concluding the session with the thought that we learned the concept, that is the architecture, the Agentforce, the Service Cloud, the Experience Cloud, the objects. I will be designing the objects around the things now. I will be designing the instructions. I'll be designing the basic things in the next session, probably, to be able to meet the ideal case I want to build. Ideal agent I want to build. I am dreaming about building. So that's all for today. Thank you, friends. I'll keep it short. I want to keep it short. It extends every day, and I actually love it also. So I understand the importance of discipline, iterations, processes, depth, definitions. And if you want someone like me to help you build, integrate your systems, or the teams explore some unknown territories, I'm right here. See you soon.